what I say, you know nothing, because you know nothing. And that's including me too. And there's a lot to be added into this particular conversation, because I know of individuals and brothers of the craft and sisters of the order who tend to demit and go to other fraternal organizations. They tend to just disappear and they move on, and they do these things and they don't know anything. Just face it. Let's just look at it for what it's worth. You have individuals who may come to your chapter, your lodge, and they join. They may be there for a year, maybe a year and a half, and they leave. And then when you look up, they're part of other fraternal organization. They're part of other society. They're part of another jurisdiction. You're wondering, like, you only came to 2 meetings and you left. And I know you didn't know anything. You knew nothing, but you left. You said the reason you was leaving because you didn't learn anything. And the reason you didn't learn anything because you didn't come to the meetings. You came to the meetings and maybe you didn't think about what was taking place in the meeting. Yeah, probably you were just on the sideline, but you should have been watching and taking notes. You learned nothing, so you left because you felt that you knew nothing. And then you go to this other organization. They say, well, where did you come from? You tell them, and then they're looking at you like you don't know anything. And the reason you don't know anything is because while you was there and they was educating you, they was giving you the needed information, you refused to take it down. You refused to go to the lodge meeting. You refused to participate. All you want to do was party and get it in. So no, you don't know anything. So yes, you have embarrassed not only yourself, but the organization for which you come from. So no, you don't know nothing. And this is the thing that I find in brothers and sisters. You don't know anything. You don't know the basic fundamentals of how to open up or close, but you was a worthy matron or a wishful master. Oh, you don't know the positions in the chapter in the lodge, but you was a conductress, associate conductress, and you was an associate matron. But you don't know those positions, but you was in them. Maybe your chapter was small and they needed someone to fill the station, and because you was there and there was only maybe 6 or 7 of you, so you formulated your chapter. And you was beginning to learn, but you didn't learn. You was beginning to, but you felt, well, we're small, so they're going to put me in these positions. And then you felt, well, I'm going to move on. And in the process of moving on, you learned nothing. But you mad. You upset. You didn't take the time out to go to the study sessions. You didn't take the time out to go to the school of instructions. And now you mad. You mad at the chapter you left because you didn't learn anything? They tried to teach you, but yet you was unteachable. That all you want to do was party and get it in, but you upset. You know nothing. You know absolutely nothing. And the more I don't know, the more I learn. I'm talking for me now. Because I've been places and I thought I knew something. I was speaking highly on it and I'm thinking I'm rolling. Come to find out I didn't know a damn thing. I was like, oh, okay. Let me be quiet and learn. Let me be a student. Always a student. And in this Masonic journey of mine, I've always learned to be a student. I'm always a student. I'm always taking something and learning from someone else, because someone else always got something to teach you if you're willing to be taught. I don't care what position you're in, whether you're a Grand Master, Deputy Grand Master, Junior Warden, Senior Warden. That applies to the Sisters of the Order also, whether you are a Grand Matron, Associate Grand Matron, Associate Conductor, Conductress. You always got something to learn when you go out and adventure and you listen to other people as they teach in their chapters, in their lodges. Always something to learn. You don't know it all. Absolutely not. You may know something, but you don't know everything. You know nothing. And that's the conversation for tonight. So I just want to welcome everyone in. If you're coming in, I certainly appreciate you. Greetings to you, Brother Teller. How you doing? I appreciate you. If you're watching this at a later date, please do leave a comment. But tonight we're talking about those who demit from chapters and lodges and don't know anything. I'm talking about, I don't care what chapter or lodge it is. I don't care whether it's PHO or PHA. Modern, free, international, ancient, free, and accepted, Masons included. You don't know nothing a lot of times. You're just mad because you didn't get your way, so now you're leaving. Or maybe an election came up and you didn't get elected to a seat that you thought you should have got elected to, so you leave. I've learned something in this journey. And I've been in that position. I've been in that position myself, where I was a Grand Lodge officer, and I was up next for the position. And I knew the position verbatim as far as lingo is concerned. However, there comes responsibilities with the position. Plain and simple. There comes responsibilities with the position. And what happens is a lot of us don't understand the responsibility that comes with the position. So when you go visit somebody else's chapter and you say, well, I'm the associate such and such of such and such chapter, but you don't understand the responsibilities of the position that you was elected to, but you boasting that you got the position. Oh, come on now. Oh, yeah. So that goes for the brothers too. And like I said, when I'm having these conversations and I'm doing this particular channel, this applies to me also. This is what I do when I go visit other places. I be quiet. I sit down and I watch and I learn. Absolutely. I don't spoke unless they ask me to say something. No, just be quiet and watch and learn. When I went over to Brazil in November, I watched and I learned. I didn't say whether it was right or wrong. I'm learning. I'm watching you do your opening ceremonies. I'm watching how you introduce Grand Lodge officers coming into your body. I'm watching this. I'm learning. A lot of us never get outside the border, so we don't learn those different attributes and things like that from other foreign bodies because we are just here. But when you get outside of just being here, you're going to see something different. And you're going to say, that's not how we do it. What do you mean that's not? This is not where you do that at. This is not your grand chapter. This is not your grand lodge. You're right. This is not how you do it. This is how we do it. And who am I to say that is wrong? Nope. I sit, I watch, I learn. Absolutely I do. And what it does for me, it enhances everything about Freemasonry. It does that because when you see Freemasonry from one perspective, and this is all you got is that one perspective, you have missed Freemasonry. You have missed the Order of the Eastern Star. Although the Order of the Eastern Star is just really here in the States, there are a few grand chapters that may have chapters abroad. Granted, but I'm talking about Masonry as it pertains outside of the borders of the United States. And I'm talking about Eastern Star as it pertains to sisters who like to go visit other chapters. And I can guarantee you, you're going to see something different. But for you to say that is wrong, is incorrect. It ain't wrong. It's wrong when you don't understand what you're watching, what you're seeing taking place. The best thing for you to do is to watch. The best thing for you to do is to observe. When you're able to watch and observe, maybe you can learn something that you didn't see over where you're at. And now you can take that back and say, look, I've seen this, and this is the reason why. However, a lot of times this is not shared. What usually happens is that we go places and we visit places, and because they don't do it like you do it, oh man, they ain't even do it right. What? I have gone to lodges and there was no Bible on the altar. Was it right or wrong? Let me see your comments in here. When you get up in here, let me know if that is right or wrong not to have a Bible on the altar. Because I went to lodges and there was no holy book on the altar. Is that right or wrong? I'm asking. Because I didn't say whether it was right or wrong when I went to visit. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I left it alone. I didn't touch it. Wasn't my business to touch it. Because what happens is we get out, we think that we got it all, and you don't have it all. Oh my God, you don't have it all. You know, and I say that because for me, and I'm only speaking for me at this moment, that as I ventured out and was beginning to see Masonry from a different perspective, I was learning so much more, so much more. Okay, let me see what I got. Greetings to you, greetings to you. Brother Teller said it was right, and somebody said I was wrong. Let me see. CJ Breeze, you're wrong. Well, I'm going to share this with you. When you're going to visit somebody else's home, and because they have the sofa in the left corner, and you got it in the right corner, doesn't make it right or wrong. It doesn't, because you're in somebody else's home. And the same applies to when you go visit lodges. If you have amenity with various jurisdictions, you go and you visit and they do something different from you, that doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't. I was that way. I was that way, and I spoke upon this plenty of times upon me visiting a jurisdiction, and they didn't have the Bible where I thought it should have been open at. And I said it was cloudy. Come to find out, that's not how they do it there. So the question is, who am I to say that that's wrong? Oh, well, it says in this and this, it says in that and that. You're right. It says that there. But when you're going to somebody else's place, you sit down and you be quiet and you watch. Because I visit lodges, and it says also that when you visit a lodge, they should produce the charter upon you visiting. It should be displayed where you can see it. And I've been in lodges, foreign lodges, and yeah, it's there, but you got to request to see it. Now, are you big and bold enough to go to somebody else's lodge and say, I want to see your charter? Well, granted, I agree that it should be displayed. However, I'm not going to go to somebody else's house and demand anything of them that is not demanded of me also. I'm going to be quiet and enjoy the craft, enjoy what I see. And that's the difference. You know, so as we begin this journey that you are now on, you new into apprentice, you knew a fellow craft, you knew sisters of the order. I'm just saying, as you get into this and you begin to journey out, know your work. Know your work. If you're an apprentice, know your job. Know your work as an apprentice. If you are a new sister in the order, know your work. And when I say know your work, understanding those 5 points, sisters. Know what they represent. Know how to know the lingo of the Order of the Eastern Star. Some of you don't even know your own lingo. And I'm a male, okay? And I'm a past patron. Sometimes I sit in as a patron. And I still learn a lot. I was at my last OES meeting, and the worthy matron was going at me, you know? And I get it. I respect that. Because I'm still, I know, but yet I need to become more efficient. Oh, I know about the colors. I know about the points, you know, but each point has a password and a sign. Am I efficient at that? No, that's why I go to my meetings, to become efficient, to make sure that I'm able to understand that which I'm a part of. But most of us don't. Once you become an Eastern Star, some of you just leave. Oh, I'm a star. You got the thing on your car. You know, you got a minimum of understanding of it. And now you're this Eastern Star. And the same applies to you into apprentices who become part of the lodge and you leave. Absolutely. I had a brother who, well, I'm not going to say a brother. I'm going to say I had an individual. He was I respected him. And to this day, I still do. He became part of my lodge, and he went through the rites and he went through the ceremonies into apprentice. And he came an apprentice, and he paid for his application fee. He was interviewed. The brother was square on. I mean, he was good to go. I mean, he was that dude. And he joined for about maybe a year. And he came to me and said, Brother Hawkins, thank you. But this being a Mason ain't for me. I thought it would be, but this isn't for me. And we're still friends today. I can call him and ask him anything, but it wasn't for him. And a lot of times we bring in members who are afraid to say this ain't for them. So they go through the process, they learn it, and then they disappear. It wasn't for them. And sometimes we got to stop forcing people to come in, or whomever, our friends, whatever. Hey, would you like to be a Mason or an Eastern Star? If they say yes, okay, try them. They might enjoy it. If they say no, don't force it. Let it go, okay? This ain't for you. And trust me, being a Mason, being an Eastern Star is not for everyone. It is not for everyone. Whether you agree to disagree, it is not. And a lot of us who are in these various positions, in these chapters, in these lodges, you're in them, but do you understand the works behind them? And a lot of them don't. You just got elected position and you're there. You're happy. I'm the associate matron. Yes, I'm next in line to be the matron. Oh my God, I can't wait to become the matron. And then you get there and you look and you be like, oh, this ain't no fun and games. No, because you're dealing with people's attitudes. You're dealing with people calling you. You're dealing with a whole lot of things that you didn't necessarily see when you was just the associate matron. Same thing applies in the lodge. The brother who's a junior, who's a senior warden, can't wait to be Wishful Master. Then he becomes Wishful Master. And he's looking like, damn, I got to put up with these attitudes. I got to deal with brothers and their issues. I got to make sure that they're, yeah, you're a leader. Leaders are servants. Don't you know leaders are servants? You know nothing. Man, getting calls at 1, 2, 12, 9, 8, PM or AM, you are a servant to the lodge. You are a servant to the chapter. Yes, indeed. You junior warden, your job is to observe the time to call the craft from labor to refreshments, to superintend during the hours thereof, and see that they do not convert refreshments to intemperance, and call them on again in due season, that the Wishful Master may have pleasure and the craft profit thereby. Do you know that you're the guy when the lodge is closed? I'm calling you. Junior Warden, man, I had too many. I need you to come get me. Send me an Uber. Junior Warden, you're that guy. But no, you couldn't wait to get an officer position. You got it now. You're the Junior Warden. You got it. The lodge is closed. Now it's your job, Junior Warden. It's on you. Oh, you can't handle it, huh? You don't want nobody calling you at 12 o'clock at night. You don't want nobody calling you at 8 in the morning. You don't want nobody doing any of that because you're the junior warden. You figure, well, I'm an officer now. No, you are a servant to that lodge. You are a servant to that chapter. And a lot of us forget the uniqueness of just being a servant because you are elected to the position. The same applies to the Wishful Master. You are a servant. The Grand Master, you are a servant to that Grand Lodge. Oh, man, come on. Some of you can't wait to get the position, and then when you get it, you be like, oh, shit. Oh, is it all this? Oh, I don't know if I want to do this or not. No, you got it now, buddy. Hold it. Hold it. Now, in some jurisdictions, and I'm going to speak specifically of mine, when you are elected to a position, when you are elected to a position, you can't resign the position. Oh man, you full of it, man. Man, I'll quit. Yeah, I know, you'll quit. Yeah, you'll quit. But when you get elected to a position, you take the oath of the position. Some of you never had to take the oath of the position. Some of you just says, I'm elected to a position, I'm good. All right. No, there's an oath to the position of the junior warden, the senior warden, and Wishful Master. There's an oath that you take to the position. But some of you don't even care about that. Some of you like, I'm done, man. I'm done. I quit. Should have never been elected to a position because you're not worthy of being a leader. And leaders are elected to positions because the craft sees potential. The craft sees that he can be the next person to take us a little farther. So they see that in you. So they want you to be in the position to come all the way full term. But you are so hell bent. This ain't right. That ain't right. Your turn coming. Your turn is coming. Funny misunderstanding you had, you know, real talk. Absolutely. Each Grand Lodge decision. Yes, it is. Absolutely. The use of school of instruction is always in need. Absolutely. But even with the school of instructions, it is always in need. But a lot of individuals who don't want to go to the school of instruction, swear to God, man, they ain't teaching nothing. They ain't teaching nothing because you're not attending the Zoom meetings. You're not attending your lodge meeting in person. So no, you're not learning. And let's face it, in today's society, things are a lot different. Let's just be honest with it. Let's just call it for what it's worth. No, you can't always make it to lodge meetings. You got to work 11 to 7. Maybe you're working 7 to 7. Maybe it's the week. And I get that. So I'm not going to be so ignorant or unknowing that I understand that people can't make meetings. I get it. But when you have the school of instructions on the Zoom, when you have school instructions in person, come on now. Are you busy every day of the month? Are you busy every day in the week? Come on. And I find that people make a lot of excuses, especially if you are I'm gonna use my lodge for instance. We meet once a month. That's it. We don't have nothing else special. We meet once a month. Maybe there's a private Zoom call made. We can handle business. But when we have that lodge meeting, we do educational learning and stuff like that when you have it. When we try to enlighten brothers while we're there, so they can have it. You know, some lodges do 2 meetings a month. They actually do that. And I commend them for doing it. It's beautiful. And then still brothers will have excuses of why they can't come. Sisters still having excuses of why they can't attend. Well, sister, you know, I got to work. I know that. But all we're asking, I tell you what, I've seen this actually happen. I've seen what brothers, both sides, where brothers just say, I can't make the meeting. Okay, I'll change it. What day can you make it? As a wishful master, I will change the meeting. I really want you to attend. What day can you attend? You're not busy 31 days in a month, or 30 in a month, or 29, 28. Come on, give me a date, give me a time. We're going to set it for that because I really want you to be there. And I find that's when you're going to find out if that person is true about being a member of the craft or the sisters of the order. That's when you're going to find it out. If they can't give you a solidified date, they ain't really about it. They just want to pay their dues. And I'm going to tell you, take their dues money and do right and go ahead, make sure the lodge and chapter is functioning, because that person, all they want to do is be a card-carrying member of the order, a card-carrying member of the craft. That's it. They don't want to do no more than that. That's their investment. That's it. Blessings to you. What's going on, Temple? Anu? Greetings. And this is what we have to do better. We have to be able to offer individuals in the craft a way to really begin to captivate the craft. You do. And to you old heads who sit in the West, to you old heads who sits in the East, stop blocking your young members. Teach them. And to you young members, you can learn a lot from the old heads. You have to really come to a sit down and have a conversation. Do you want to be junior one? Do you want to be junior warden one day? Yes. Well, let me teach you. Okay. I'm going to teach you. And that's the thing we have to get back to doing in our lodges and chapters. When you have young members and potential leaders in your, teach them. asked him, do you want to be worshipful master one day? I'm going to teach you. This is why the brother says school of instructions are important. Absolutely. And be patient. You're going to get there. Be patient. You're going to get there. Because I tell you this, it was so funny. I had a brother who couldn't wait to become the worshipful master. And then he becomes the worshipful master and couldn't take it. He didn't last a year in the chair. He didn't last a freaking year. You mean to tell me you waited? You went through the West. You went through the South. You went through the West. Now you're in the East and you can't last a year? You can't last a year. Yeah. He didn't last a year. And that's the thing. That's the thing that cracks me up about members, about individuals who become part of the craft. This is all mixed up. It's just unbelievable. Can you fathom that? Can you really fathom that? What's the title? Not to be responsible? No, the title is You Know Nothing. That's the title of, that's the nice subject matter. You know nothing. Because I say that because every day I am continuously learning in regards to the craft. I'm continuously learning regarding life. And now I merge those two together. And I can extract something from them that's going to help me as a person to be the better person than I am the day before, the day after, the days to come. This is going to improve me. It's going to make an improvement upon my life journey. And a lot of us don't want to improve upon our life journey. A lot of us like living in the ghettos. Oh yeah, for sure. Listen to your lingo. You know, I mean, I listen to some of my brothers. I mean, I'm in the hood. I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. Okay. Is that supposed to be a badge of honor because you're from the hood? And then once you leave the hood, you can't go back to the hood because they're going to kill you? Y'all know I ain't lying. You come out of there and you think you're going to ride up in the hood in your S550, 2023. And I know this is 2026, but you going to ride back up in there? Nah. You ain't coming here? No, you ain't. Ask. Only a few who make it out can come back and be on the block. Only a few. And that's okay. But who wants to be on the block? And that applies to your Masonic order. You know, when you become a Mason, you're supposed to be developing to become a better man. Although in the construct of Masonry, we say that we're looking for good men. We're looking for good men. And that being true, yeah, you're going to become a better man. Absolutely you are. But you have to be able to apply that. And a lot of us don't apply the knowledge. A lot of us don't apply it. And so we get the kickback on it. So what I try to do is to employ brothers to get various books and to have these various study sessions so they would then be able to understand the craft and be able to enjoy the craft. And I've said it before, if you tell me that my lodge has mutual recognition with another lodge, I want to go see how that lodge do its works. And I want to make sure that I'm proficient at my works and what I do. So when I go see them do their work, I can say, okay, I'm pretty proficient in my works. So now I can understand differences. You know, to me, that's an advantage point when you were able to understand differences. I'm going to share this with you. I was in a meeting and I asked a brother who was a worshipful master from another lodge, I said, open up. You can open up. Who, me? Yeah, open up. You a wishful master. Open up. And I don't care if you use the book. I personally don't need it, but I've been around for a moment, so I don't need it. But you might need it, so use it. Even using the book. Blub, 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 blub. I'm like, oh, God. Really? You got the book, bruh. Just read the book. And I know some lodges have Duncan, some have Lester, some have their own rituals. I get it. It's all fundamentally the same. I'm going to say it again. Duncan, Lester's, or even your own Masonic rituals, it's all fundamentally the same. It's true. It's all fundamentally the same. Sisters, the same thing applies to the sisters. There are 3 different OES rituals that I know of. There's one that has a dark blue, a light gray, and there's a white one. They are very similar. There's some wordings here that may be a little different, but for the most part, they are the same. They are the same. You have to be able to figure it out where you're at in the various parts of the book, but pretty soon, but they're the same. Which book do I prefer? Is that the question? CJ Breeze, is that the question? We are so big on regularity, but even with the jurisdiction, you find lodges within that jurisdiction that do things differently. You're absolutely right. We accept that as normal, but differences occur in masonry. Yeah, absolutely. Mike, you're absolutely right. 4722. You're absolutely correct. Which ritual do I prefer? I like all of them. You know why? Because I get something from each one of them. That's me. When I crack it open, be it a Duncan's, a Lester's, or be it my own large ritual, I'm able to extract something from it. The Duncans go all the way through the Royal Arch. The reason the Duncans go to the Royal Arch is because that is the completion of the Master Mason degree. Absolutely, this is the completion. But a lot of us look at it, oh, I'm a Master Mason now, that's it. No, the true York rite of Masonry ends at the completion of the Royal Arch degree. That's the completion. However, when the moderns and ancients came together, they separated that. Go look at the history. They separated it. And when they separated, now you get the York rite after you go into what we call the Royal Arch degree after you completed your Master Mason degree. But your Master Mason degree isn't completed until you finish the Royal Arch degree. If you think I'm lying, you can go check it out. Don't take my word for it. Go look at it, check it out yourself, and you can come back and tell me whether I'm wrong or right, and I'm okay with it. And then I'll have to go do some more looking at it myself. That's all it does. Makes me think and go look at it. Yeah, that's what it does. But I think all rituals give you a different look into what the craft is about. But I believe what we have to do is look beyond that and understand the ritualistic work that we go through, that we do. I like it. I like the ritualistic work. I do. And I have an understanding of my own until it gets changed or added to why we need it. You know, people need to ask, why do we need these rituals? Why? Ask yourself that question. And you're gonna, when you come up with your answer, holler back at a brother. Because, you know, what I find is the need for ritualistic ceremony is a closeness. It is a bond. It's a bond. It's a tie. You know how you feel when you walk into a place and nobody knows your name or knows anything about you? But because you have went through a process the same as they did, now you have a bond with each other. And when you're able to understand that bond, people be like, well, damn, y'all talk like y'all been knowing each other for years. Yeah, right. Hmm. Absolutely. And that's what masonry does. That's what it should do. That's what exactly what it should do. It should create that bond amongst men who were strangers, but yet they found themselves to be friends. You remember that part where it says, as many of them brothers and fellows have done before me? That part. It didn't say as many mainstream, Prince Hall, modern, free, international, ancient. It didn't say that. It said as many of them brothers and fellows who've done this before me, who have knocked on that door. That's the bond that you're supposed to create. That's the bond. Now, how many of us understand that bond? Oh, man, come on, talk back to me. I know you understand the bond. I had a brother to tell me, if I see somebody on the side of the road you've heard the story. I'm just repeating. I'm a parrot right now. So he was trying to tell me, oh, if a brother, I see a brother on the side of the road, I just pull over and help. That's good. Now you find out that he's a Mason. Now you find out that she's an Eastern Star. Does that add value to it? Oh, man, I'd have did it anyway. Nah, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have, because I know I wouldn't have. And I know John down the street wouldn't have. You have done it many a times. You have done it. You see people you just don't pull over for the average person. None of us do. Call AAA. But I damn sure will pull over, and I've done it. I have absolutely done it on many occasions. I seen a sister car stopped on her, and people gonna say, well, you just would have did it, but out of the good in your heart. I told her, maybe, maybe. But it made it special to me that I was there. And I was able to help the sister get her car out the road because it was blocking traffic on a main street. So when I pulled up behind her and I saw the emblem, I was like, yeah, I got this. And my son was with me. And we got out. We helped her push the car over. I helped call her, found a tow truck, got her to a station. Well, I think you should have did that for anybody. Anybody don't deserve that. I said that. I absolutely said it. I'm not obligated to everybody. I'm not obligated to every person that walks around. I'm not. I found her worthy and well qualified. So I did that, and she was grateful and thankful. I'm not saying that a person wouldn't be grateful or thankful. I'm just saying from the Masonic point of view only. Yes, she had the star emblem on the back of her car. Yes, I pulled behind her. Yes, I helped her get her car outside of the road. Yes, I got her assistance that she needed. Yes, it was special. Now, can I say that about anybody else? Absolutely. But she wasn't just anybody else. Nope, she was not. She was a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star. That's what she was. Absolutely. So yes, I do distinguish in regards to the brother who's in the order versus one who's not. And yes, there are individuals outside of the order that I will assist and aid also. I won't sit here and say that. I won't. I've done that. And I'm quite sure many of you have done the same. But it adds a little bit more flavor and understanding to what you're a part of. When it's someone who's part of the craft, when it's someone who's part of the order. This is why I say you know nothing. Because most of us only apply obligations to where we come from, to what we are a part of as far as jurisdictional. But when you understand the universal part of it, it's broader than that. It's bigger than that. And then now you're into something bigger than you. Being a part of the craft, being a part of the order is bigger than you. But you hadn't touched the waters yet. Step out there and see. Go ahead, try it. Step out and really see if this really works. Have you ever did that? Have you ever stepped out to see if the things that you learned in masonry, does that shit really works? Does it? For those of you who are part of the craft, those of you who've been around for a while, the things that you have learned in masonry, does it work? Simple yes or no would do. And it doesn't matter your jurisdiction. The question I'm asking is that if you've been a Mason for 3 or 4 years, maybe 5, I don't know, does the things that you learn in masonry, does it work? I'm just asking, because from my own personal experience, yeah, hell yeah, it works. Absolutely. Absolutely. And nobody is going to ask you anything about your damn jurisdiction. You know nothing. You don't know. I'm just telling you. What? Yeah. Boom, boom, Nobody asking you about no jurisdiction. Absolutely not. That stuff that you see on TikTok and you hear about, man, look, ain't nobody asking you for that. They want to know if you're true to it. Now, they may ask you, hey, you know what lodge you in? And based upon that, I was in an Uber. I was in an Uber in Texas. Brother was part of mainstream Grand Lodge. And yes, he know the difference. Oh God. So I was in what part? Where was it? I was in Missouri City, Texas. Missouri, big shout out to Missouri City, Texas. Boy, I know it's cold where y'all at right now. Oh, wait. But anyway, I was in Missouri City, Texas. I called an Uber to pick me up. Brother picked me up, got in the Uber. He saw my suitcase. He's like, oh, you're a brother of the craft. I said, yeah. He said, are you 3-letter or 4-letter? White guy. I was like, what? I started cracking up, man. It was funny. I started cracking up. I was like, I'm 4-letter. He was like, oh, that's cool, man. He's cool. I'm part of Grand Lodge of Texas, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. Where you from? I said, I'm from California. I'm John G. Jones, Grand Lodge, California. He's like, oh, man, it's a pleasure to meet you, brother. Where you going? I told him where I was going. He said, oh, I know where that spot is at. He took me right on over, man. I know he had it on his thing, but he took me right on over. He said, man, have a great day. Be safe. We dapped it up, exchanged information. It was done. But that was the funniest shit. Man, I was like, wow. Oh, yeah. That was funny. I ain't lying. 3-letter, 4-letter. I couldn't do nothing but shake my head. I understood that he's been around. He been around. So for him to ask me that, yeah, he been around. He understood. Understood totally. He said, man, I got you on this one. Don't even worry about it. I got you on this one, brother. You good. You good. I was like, what? This is a $25 ride. Nah, I got you on the brother. You good. Here's a tip. It was a good conversation we had. And for those of us who understand that, you know that you know nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing because a lot of us don't know how to apply masonry. We don't. A lot of us who become Masons don't understand how to apply it. How does it apply in your life? Where does this? A lot of us don't. You know nothing. You know nothing. You've been nowhere. You refuse to learn anything other than what's been taught to you in your lodge. So therefore, if you want to stay right there where you at, you refuse to get out. You refuse to understand and enjoy the craft. So no, you know nothing. It depends. That's being real. I'm just saying, bro. That's a true story. I have no need to lie. Absolutely no need to. You know. So I purposely look at this and I try to enjoy everything, all of it. I try to get it in every way I can. You know. Talking with different brothers. I've been on the phone with different brothers from various jurisdictions. Man, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And they give me their perspective. And they'll tell me, Brother Tony, I don't agree with you on that. And I will say, well, why not? Because of X, Y, and Z. And then I take a look at what I said. And I say, okay, I can see that point. And I can agree with you. Why you disagree with me? Oh, cool. But most of us can't do that. Most of us can't. No, most of us can't do that. Okay. Oh, did you? Okay. You got 2 jerseys from him, huh? Signed? Oh, 2 jerseys for him to sign. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm just gonna simple through these see what people been writing here. But as a person who's part of the Eastern Star, sisters, I'm just saying, learn your rituals, understand what you're part of, and when you go to another place, you got to be able to participate. Because if you've been an Eastern Star or a Mason for 5 or 6 years or 3 or 4 years and you don't know anything, it ain't the lodge's fault. It is not the chapter's fault. It is your fault. Absolutely yours. It's absolutely your fault. You have bloodline to the Knights Templars. Propaganda do P2. Why that sounds so familiar to me? But anyway, yeah, absolutely. A lot of the responsibilities of the craft is your fault. It's on you. Plain and simple. It's on you. You got to do something about it. So look, I appreciate everyone for coming and joining me this evening. As always, I hope that you're able to get something out of this. And it doesn't matter your jurisdiction. All I'm asking you to do is to show some respect, some regards to brothers of the craft, sisters of the order, and understanding what you're a part of. Because you're a part of something bigger than you. Absolutely you are. And for my last tidbit, I was traveling on the freeway. There's a trucker. Man, he had the biggest Masonic emblem on his truck I'd ever seen in my life. He had it on the back of his truck. He had it was just huge. And I guess he wanted everybody to know. I was like, I pulled up behind him. I was like, golly. His whole back was just, the compass and square, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So to those of you who are driving trucks across the country, if you're listening to this, man, I want to say big ups to you because I know your job is hard. You're driving in the snow, the rain, the sleet. You're doing a thing to make sure that those deliveries, be it cattle or products, whatever you're driving and delivering, I want to say thank you. So I salute you. And please be safe on the roads, especially back east. The snow and the ice at this time of year. Be safe on the road. And like I said, I salute my truck drivers. I do, boy. And I got a couple of brothers who are truckers. They on that road. And I want to tell them, hey, wherever you at, whatever you're doing, be safe when you're driving. And I appreciate you tuning in and listening. And you got my number, so you know you can call me. For those who do, I appreciate you. I really do. I really honestly do. And for John over in Africa, when you hear this, man, I appreciate you. We had an excellent conversation the other day when you called me and you told me about the various places you was already at and doing over there on the continent. The next time I come through, God's will, we're going to have to connect, bro. We're going to have to connect. So I will make sure that upon my return that I let you know a good month in advance so we can connect while I'm there. So with that being said, to everyone who just popped in, maybe you've been here for a moment, I want to learn more about Masonry. Oh, well, to say, are you a Mason? That's going to be my question to you since you want to learn more about it. Are you a Mason already? Matthew Payne, are you a Mason already? That's my question to you. Because no. Well, my thing for you to do, brother, is to find a lodge and become a member. Are you in the States? If you are in the States, no, you're not. So are you on the continent? Where are you at? You must be on the continent or someplace else. Because I can tell you this right now. If you're on the continent, it is the dickens. It is hard to become a Mason on the continent. It's hard. You're in the U.S.? What part of the U.S. you're in? Because in the States, it's easy to become a Mason in the States. But when you're someplace else, oh, okay, Tennessee, okay. All right. Do your thing, man. It's coming. Be patient. It's coming. You know, you're waiting to join the lodge of number 322. Brother, it's coming. It's coming. Before you go recite the Masonic Creed. No, there's no need of me trying to recite that verbatim. I'm not going to embarrass myself like that. I can give you some of it, but I'm not going to give you all of it. I shouldn't even recite the Masonic Creed on here. That's not here. That's not appropriate for here. No, Nah, I'm not going to do that. For those of us who know the Masonic Creed or know about it, great. But do I know it verbatim by heart? I don't. I'm not going to sit here and say I do. But I understand it. I know it. I've read it. That is for closed doors. Absolutely. The Masonic Creed? Yeah, absolutely. The Knights Templar Creed too. Absolutely. A lot of the various degrees have creeds with them. A lot of them. But those creeds are for closed doors. For those of us who understand the creed crosses all boundaries. I was getting ready to go, but y'all brought me back. The creed crosses all boundaries. And you have to understand it. And I say that because what happens to us who are Masons is that we don't understand the creed. That's a good one. I appreciate that. And I would say, understand the creed, and then you're going to have to make a decision. Should you or should you not? Should you or should you not? That's going to be the question. When you understand the creed, you got to ask yourself, should you or should you not? Absolutely. Basically, to show loyalty. It's not basically just, I'm going to add to what you say because you're not wrong. I'm going to add to it. It goes a little farther than just that. Because you got to make a decision when you're looking at the Masonic Creed. Should I or should I not? Because if you are willing to tell the people, then you are willing to talk outside of the lodge. And no, you should never talk if you are not behind closed doors. I agree. Yes, Matthew, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I appreciate you even coming in, Matthew. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You're absolutely correct. And for those of us who understand the Masonic Creed, It's loyalty, but for me, it's deeper than that. Some say the Masonic creed, the Masonic charge. Absolutely. So look, I've been on here for a minute. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And for those of you who have my number, you know you're always welcome to hit me up. And hey, till next time, I hope the snow be gone by March. If you're in North Carolina, I hope this snow is gone by March, man. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to. I'm a Southern Cal guy. I can go to the mountains if I want to snow. I can go to the beach to swim. I got all three weather just within a couple of hours, you know. So no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So look, everybody be safe. Have a great day. Whatever you do, as always, stay out the bushes, keep your light on. Until next time, tune in. I thank you and I appreciate each of you. Okay, I'm out. I'm here to help you study, but I'm not your study guide, or I'm your study guide. Something like that. Man, I get all messed up sometimes. But look, I appreciate everybody. Peace and be well.